.0. We got a clicker over there? Because I didn't grab one. All right, my bad. All right, everybody do me a favor, write down .0. There we go, right there. What does that say? Reinvent yourself every day. Here's who you are right now. How many of you in here have changed? Raise your hand. Have changed from where you've gone. Do me a favor. Is sales your way out? If you want to make money, you got to get great at sales, yes or no? Okay, what about being a leader? If you're great at sales and you can be a leader, can you find your way out and get anything you want, yes or no? Okay, so the goal right now in this room is I want every one of you to understand the 2 rules to business. The 2 rules to get what you want. Rule number 1, don't ever let anyone know your business better than you. Fucking no one. Don't ever let anyone know your business. Write it down, write it down. Some of you guys want something to write with, come on. Rule number 1, don't ever let anyone know your business better than you. How you speak, how you talk, how you lead, how you operate, your callback time, your follow-up. The way you give a shit, everything. Know your business like the back of your hand. Hey, I'm a psycho competitor. You know what that means? I played sports in school. I'm not in school anymore. You know what that means? This is my new life. This is my new sport. Is this your sport? You guys like to lose in sports? No, they don't give away free fucking trophies for last place. So you gotta be first. So how do you be first? Don't ever let anyone know your business better than you. Rule number 2, write this down. No pride, no ego, no entitlement. How can you grow? Rule number 2, try to figure out how to kick your own ass every single day. This is what most of you are doing. You're literally taking your fucking weaknesses and your holes and you're brushing them under the rug. I want to tell you something. You don't think your wife fucking sees you? You don't think she sees your undisciplined body? You don't think she fucking sees you sliding? You don't think she remembers the day that you made a fucking commitment that you were to give her the fucking ride of a lifetime? Yeah, but you're not fucking keeping that word. And to me, the hardest thing any man will ever do or woman in this world is keep their fucking word. From now on, I want you to write this down. Your number 1 goal in life is to keep your fucking word. It's your number 1 goal. Keep your word with yourself, and keep your word with everyone else. I make a rule with my team. If I lie to you, you fucking pack your shit and get out of here. I am not worthy. It is a privilege to be a leader. It is a privilege. The employee can fire the employer just like that. Just like employers can fire employees just like that. Nobody runs anything. It's a privilege for us to do life together. You guys need to understand this. I wrote .0. What does that mean? That means we all start somewhere. Am I right? Guys, be smart enough to look back into the past so you can change your future. The life that you guys have today is because of the decisions that you've made. Yesterday, a year ago, 3 years ago, those fucking decisions you made is exactly why your bank account is where it's at right now. It's exactly the body that you have right now. It's that marriage that you have right now. Everything that you have is your fault because of your decisions. Am I right? So who's in charge of you? Who's fucking in charge? You guys are in charge. If I hear another person tell me they can't fucking do it, or I hear another person tell me shit like that doesn't happen for people like me, you're the problem. And you're spreading that shit to your kids. You're spreading it to your team. You're living a life unfulfilled. No ways. This is where today I am teaching. I'm not motivating you. I am teaching you how to get the life you want. So, .0. This is Andy Elliot. My mom left when I was 2. Everybody's got a story in here, am I right? Your story is made so you can be refined by it. I had my VP of sales quit this week. You know why? He can't fucking take the heat. My family is stress-proof. My team is stress-proof. I'm stress-proof. I'm trained to handle stress. I'm trained to be ready for war. I'm trained to win. I'm trained to go into battle. Dude, is this the fucking United States? Yes or no? Isn't this what we should be doing? Should we be cowards? You know what cowards do? They run their mouth and they walk around and don't do shit and they're weak and they don't take care of their family. Is it our job to be leaders to the people that we run in our family? Yes or no? Well, some of you aren't doing it. So who's going to do it? Does your family need to go find someone else? Or are you going to wake the fuck up? And what is going on in your bloodline? What's going on in every wealthy person's family? There's eventually a point in time in which there was no wealthy person in that family. That was my family. And I didn't plan on getting wealthy, but I figured out the rules and fucking changed the game, and I know the rules. And I'm gonna tell you the rules in this room. And if you listen to me, it's not about getting a different job than becoming a millionaire. It's about doing your fucking job differently. It's about doing your life differently. You guys want to be successful in life? I'll tell you how to get it. You learn from your fucking mistakes and you change. If you keep repeating yourself when you do stupid shit, the person that can self-correct is forever wealthy. Whoever in this room right now can self-correct is the most dangerous son of a bitch in this room. I want to know who has the courage to fucking change. Who in here is going to live a life that fucking counts? Families are starving for leaders. Businesses are starving for leaders. Your clients are starving for leaders. You're starving for a leader. So if you can't find it, you fucking build it. From now on, you guys want a great life? You start fucking building it. And it starts with you. Today, I have one goal. It is to create every person in this room to be the greatest leader that ever existed. This one room, bet against me. I will fucking rip your throat out. I know I'll win. You guys go into it. From now on, from this day forward, you're never going to be the same again. You're going to kill off the old you. You're going to kill off your weakness. You're going to kill off your undiscipline. My mom left when I was 2. That's not my fucking story. She's a piece of shit. She's an alcoholic. She fucking left. She's a quitter. I don't fucking quit. When you quit, you get fucking beaten. Some of you right now, you're the problem. You quit. 99% of you fucking quit. Do you guys understand the euphoria that it feels when you know there's a fucking test day and you beat it? Do you understand when you are sitting there right now and some of you have shit going on in your lives, am I right? Some of you right now, you got fucking problems. Lean into that shit and fix it. If you can solve your problem, you can solve everyone's problem. I need some real leaders to stand up. I don't need you to move your mouth. I need you to change your heart. I need you to change the way that you move. This is what the world fucking needs. And I'm going to tell you this. I told you the rules have changed. From now on, dude, I think the world only recognizes unique, different, people that stand out, people that can make fucking connections, people that, you have a soul, so do I. Our souls can connect right now. You know I'm not lying to you, I'm telling you the truth. I am telling you the truth. And by the end of this, you're going to make a decision. I just heard the information that can change my entire life. Do I fucking believe I'm worth it? Yes or no? And if you believe you are, you're going to go through all this. 18 years old, I get in cells. Again, my mom left when I was 2. Jerry Springer shit show growing up. I'm a loser. Some of you in here, you're a loser. I'm an underdog. Underdogs smash Goliaths for a living. If you train properly. I fucking smash Goliaths. I take out companies left and right. I enjoy it. It's my sport. I build better teams, I give better customer service, I build better products, and guess what? I don't get caught up in that negative shit. I call my own shots, I'm not an ass kisser. I'm gonna live the life the way that I want to. This is where it's y'all's times right now to give your family the life that we promised them. If you want the results you said you wanted, if you want the lifestyle you said you wanted, you better be fucking living up. 18 years old, I got in sales. I've never held more than $5 in my hand at one time. First day on the job, I made $1,700. Life fucking changing. You guys all sell in this room. You all sell. You know how to be the greatest salesperson in the world? Have good fucking intentions. Care about people. I didn't learn that in anything. You know what I learned? Speak, talk, close, image, how to overcome objections, word tracks, right? So you know what happened? Top guy in my company was making 120 grand at 18. I made 120 grand because I could see it with my eyes. I had a manager who told me he made 220 grand at 19. I'm in the automotive industry. People don't make more than 120 grand. 19 years old, I made 220 grand. I'm a person, if I can see it, I can do it. Then I realized you'll never out-earn your own self-worth. Fuck seeing it. Can I see it here? I'm a visionary. My whole life they bet against me. My whole life they said I couldn't have it. And some of you are like, why are you yelling? Because you're fucking asleep. And I was asleep too. And I didn't like me when I was asleep. And how stupid would it be to get a great life? It's a freaking blessing to be alive. You're healthy. You can do something big. But you're fucking asleep. You look in the mirror. Your heart is numb. You've been fucking burned. And you quit. So I'm like, dude, I'm a fighter, man. I'm gonna roll. 20 years old, make $500,000 a year in sales. Just everybody. You know why? Because I'm a fucking competitor in sales, and I'm like, dude, I'm hungry. I gotta sell. Alcatraz, no one escapes. 10 out of 10, I'm gonna close them. I created this delusional belief. Everybody can buy, came to buy, will buy, as long as I do my job. But you know what I didn't have? A good leader. Sacrifice everything. Give it all to sales. Sacrifice everything. Fuck your friends. Fuck the gym. Hey, get out of shape. It doesn't matter, dude. You gotta make money now. You gotta make money. So you know what I did? I listened to my leaders. I made a lot of money. 28 years old. This right here is where you guys need to write down betrayal. It's my first taste of betrayal. I know you guys have all had it. I'm fucking bitter about it still to this day. Okay? That's when I really became a psycho competitor. I had a manager lie to me. Fucking ripped my heart out. I gave everything to this man. Anybody ever done it? Worked for the wrong people, gave them everything you got. But how do you know? How do you know if you don't have a good fucking leader? How do you know who good people are if you're not around good people? That's why today we're going to fucking change. That's why today, when you roll out of here, you're going to build the biggest and the greatest armies that ever existed. You're not only going to change your own family's lives, but you'll change millions of fucking people's lives if you wake up. This is about the mission, guys. This isn't about a speaker. This isn't a keynote. This is about what are we going to do when we're here. Are you an employee or are you a fucking leader? You're all leaders. And some of you, you're looking at me with those dumbass fucking eyes, like, hey, that's exactly the fucking problem why everybody in this generation, and a lot of you, it's older people. You're 30, you're 40, you're 50. Well, good job training the fucking youth. Good job, man. You showed them how to quit. You showed them how to settle. You showed them how to be lazy. When have you ever got anything great in your life from being fucking lazy? Good job. Hope you feel good about yourself. I'd get pissed off from this moment forward. I'd kill that son of a bitch. I would change because you let everybody down around you, and you're going to be sitting on a fucking bedpan one day wishing you could do it over. And you can't. And you have to die with regrets. 28 years old. Everybody write this down right now. What did they say? What did they say? Who said something to you? You know what my manager told me? He goes, you're never going to fucking make it. You're a loser. Okay? Okay? Now, when I don't want to fucking get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, now, when I don't feel like working, I don't feel like making those fucking 200 calls, now, when I'm walking up to a door and I've got some bullshit going on in my head, no fucking way, man. I reach into that little fucking bag and I pull out just enough of what that motherfucker said about me. He's either right or he's wrong. Is he right? What'd they say about you? What'd they say? I want you to think about it. I want you to fucking write their name down. I want you to write down what they said. And I want to ask you, are they right? You'll never amount to anything. You'll never make it without me. You'll never become nothing. You're always going to be a piece of shit. What did your ex say? What'd she say? You're a fucking loser? What'd she say? What did they say? Listen, you need to know and you need to find emotion in it. This is how you become a psycho competitor. You know, it's funny because when it was done, he said, that's just a joke. I don't like that fucking joke. It's not a fucking funny joke to me. Okay, my whole life, nobody ever fucking led the way for me. So you know what I realized? It's my fucking turn to lead the way. Now, I married my wife right after I became a psycho competitor. I'm Andy Elliot 1.0 right now, which means I learned how to sell. I'm making a lot of money. But now I've got this new fucking edge, man. I'm taking everybody out. Anybody gets in my way, if you get in my industry, I'm gonna run you over. I was raised without a mom, which means like I have some manhood problems, right? Does that make sense? Women are amazing in families. They teach children good shit. If it was just a dad raising the kids, they teach us to eat cereal in our underwear. It's like, I needed a good woman in my life. I met my wife. I'm gonna tell you about 2.0. So I turned into this psycho competitor, and I made a mistake of running so hard, I thought that success when I married my wife meant giving her a purse full of cash. Giving her $1 million house, making sure she had the nicest cars to fucking drive. While I was at work from 7 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night every day grinding, I thought success was making sure that my family was taken care of. Some of you in here, you work really hard because you think taking care of your family is the way. And once you start making money, you never want to go backwards. Everybody agree? I know some of you guys in here have had a dip. At a certain point, fucking pisses you off, doesn't it? So you know what we start doing if we don't have good leaders? Making mistakes. You know what mistakes will cost you? Your life. I had to learn boundaries. I realized, just like in roofing, if you waive a deductible and put it on a contract and put a roof on the house, that is insurance fraud. Am I right? Are we helping the customer? Well, we are helping them get a roof, but we're doing it wrong. Does that make sense? Can you go to jail for that? Same deal for the car dealership. I worked for a car dealership. People came in, they only advertised people with bad credit. That was all they did. People came in, they had bad credit, but they all needed $1,000 down to buy. They had a job, they had a pay stub, they had a utility bill, they needed a car, they got a family. But they don't have $1,000 down, but they can afford the monthly payment. So the way this company worked was, we show $1,000 on the contract. It's like they put $1,000 down, they got the car, they made the payments, they were happy, they drove out the car. Does that make sense? Isn't it very similar how a lot of industries are kind of the same? But my leaders said, it's good to do that. It's okay. Like, it's in the gray, but like, we're not hurting anybody. Well, fuck, dude, how many of you right now work for somebody and you want to help them blow their business up? That was me. I'm loyal to a fault. When I'm working for someone, I will do whatever. I will always try to make sure that if I'm the responsible one to grow the business, I'll give it all I got. Hey, my problem is I try too hard most of the time. So if I'm around a bad leader or in proximity of bad people, that could be a fucking problem. You guys get it? How many of you in here like to win? And when you feel like you're losing, you're like, all right, we got to figure something out. Your leader will guide you at that point. And that leader can guide you left or guide you right. And I had a leader guiding me right. FBI came in. I don't know if anybody, I've never been in trouble in my life. Just like I said in the lobby, I talked to a guy, and he literally said 5 years ago, I killed somebody in a car accident. I can tell the mental mind fuck in his head that he has been through, and he's trying to find his identity. This room right now is about you guys finding your new identity. The life you have is because of the identity you currently have in this room. You're going to need a new one to get to where you want to go. I remember when the FBI came in, I'd never been in trouble. They said, you're all doing this wrong, and everybody's in trouble. And I remember the owner, I call him the Antichrist at this time, because he was fucking crazy. Some of you guys remember, I'm 44 guys, you ever work for somebody that works for fear? Hey, do that shit or you're fired. You ever been there? That was me. That was the way I was being led. Take care of this shit or you're out. Well, I didn't want to lose my job because I was making a lot of money. So I'm always on the grind. Well, this guy goes, you're all going to lie or I'm going to kill you. What do you do? Everybody write down decisions. What do you do? What do you do when you have 3 beautiful kids at home? You have an awesome wife. You didn't even understand that you were doing stuff wrong. You start to realize you have been doing stuff wrong. And you start to realize that the power of proximity, whoever you're around, is who you become, how you believe, how you think. And literally, you become like them and you don't even know it. Go hang around with 5 losers. I assure you in about a week you'll be a loser. Go hang out with me for a week. I'll make you think you can fucking do anything if you hang out with me for a week. It's all up to whoever we're around. Which is why today I'm changing you. So that you can be the one that changes everyone else. Because you're the leader. I decided I go home and I tell my wife, who in here is married? Raise your hand. I'm going to tell you a mistake I made here in a minute. I'm going to tell you how Andy Elliot 2.0 went to 3.0. I never took my wife with me. I was a man, dude. It's my job to take care of my baby girl, right? It's my job to take care of my 3 kids. You know what that means? I got to handle the business. Let me tell you then something. Your wives have the most unbelievable intuitions about situations, people, businesses, and they're always right. Their mothers have this instinct where they always know. And I'm going to tell some of you in here, My wife, every time she would try to warn me, and she tried to warn me of this, I shut her up. Not in a negative way. I would just say things like, babe, why are you nagging me? So you know what? Some of you guys in here are like, babe, why are you nagging me? When they're actually trying to protect you and grow you and make you the man you're supposed to be. So I shut my wife up enough times, and eventually she just quit telling me. Now I'm on my own. Now these are my goals, my dreams, my everything. I left my family behind. Some of you exactly know what I'm fucking talking about in here. And I'm going to tell you how you can fix everything. My wife says, you're going to tell the truth. I said, babe, but she goes, you're going to tell the truth. The truth will set you free. We're going to get close to God. We're going to change your life. We're going to set boundaries. And from this day forward, whoever you work for, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to go where you go. And I'm going to be a part of everything that you're a part of so I can make sure that you know how to make good decisions. I can tell that you want to do the right thing, but sometimes you need a running mate. You feel me? Some of you guys in here don't have a very good running mate. So I told the truth, and guess what happened? I was this close to going to jail. Because I told the truth, I have no idea why. But I just told the truth. I said, yeah, we fucked up. I never meant to hurt anybody. We made all these mistakes. I own my shit. Everybody, winners own their shit! Losers look in the mirror and go, nah, fuck that. That's that person's fault. I'm going to blame that on them. That wasn't me. No, dude, I was like, dude, I did it all. I made all the mistakes. Hey, we all did it, but I did it too. I was a part of everything that happened. Guess what happened? I want you guys to know this while I'm telling you the story. Because every one of you in here need to give yourself permission to move fucking forward. Every one of you in here need to forgive yourself for your past. Infidelity? I never cheated. I treat my wife like a fucking queen. Okay? I treat her so good. I'm so good to my kids. But that was my weakness. What's your weakness? What is it? What did you do? Who did you burn? This is why you got to forgive yourself right now in this room for your shit in your past. Because it's your fucking past. And I want to tell you something. The devil is fucking real. I swear to God. Devil's real. It'll get in your fucking head. It'll make you see things that aren't real. It'll end up becoming a disease. You'll tell yourself stories that aren't real. And this is what I started to do. My wife said, no, we're going to tell the truth. We're going to reset. We're going to restart. This is Andy Elliot. Reinvent yourself. Total fucking recreation 2.0. I needed to change. Some of you, and I won't ask you to raise your hand, God brought you here with me today. He arranged all this so that you can stop letting your fucking family down. So you can stop letting your team down. So you can look in the mirror and be fucking proud of you. So you can put your foot down and be an example to the world and think bigger. You go 3.0. This is where everything changed. I know where most of you are right now. I hope that I've related with some of you at some point. You may relate with anything I've said? Okay? How about this one? So I go back to work. I'm a new man. My wife finds me a good job. I work for good people now. I'm a psycho competitor. I'm not doing anything wrong now. I hate to lose. I can't stand fucking losing. I wish some of you guys would feel this. I wish some of you guys would wake your ass up and understand what you're capable of. I wish you could go back to whenever you gave your very best, your 90-day run. How did you feel? What were you doing? You know what I did? I knew that hard work got me ahead. I worked from 7 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. You know what my wife did every night? She kept the kids up till 11 o'clock till I got home. Her friends would all be like, dude, don't you think it's unhealthy for your kids to be up till 11 o'clock at night waiting on their dad? She goes, I think it's unhealthy for my kids to grow up without a father. I'll be a good wife. We're fucking cool. I'll support her. I can't believe she was so good to me. I need some of you guys in this room to realize there's someone in your life right now that loves you, that you're all going to do life with somebody. All of you in here. The greatest advice I can give you right now is what I'm about to teach you. 2019, I'm 39 years old. I'm 44 today. I fucking love me right now. In 2019, I was 39 years old. I go home, and my wife, after heating the food up about 5 times, for years, she said, all right, I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to tell you what she told me. She goes, Andy, are you a loser or a winner? I said, what do you mean I'm a fucking winner? She goes, okay. She goes, do you want me to feed you ice cream and keep walking around on eggshells and not telling you the truth, or do you want the cold hard truth? You're a badass, you want the truth. I said, I'm a badass, give me the fucking truth. What do you mean? What does that mean, give me the truth? She goes, it means what I'm about to tell you is going to hurt your feelings. And it's probably going to hurt you and you're never going to forget it. But I need to get it off my chest. Because I'm not going to be a fraud. I'm not going to walk around with you and act like everything's great. I'm grateful you make us this big, beautiful house. You make a lot of money and we can do it. But I don't want to talk about none of that. She goes, I married you so that you could be here with me and I want to admire you forever. The kids want to look up to you as their hero and you're not a hero. She goes, we've learned to live without you. I want you to think about something right now. How many of you in here has your families learned to live without you? I just want you to think for a minute. There's two people in this room. They're the ones that don't work very hard, but you guys go home, and when you go home, you drink beer, you watch TV, and you're on your phone. You're not present. You're not with your family. And then there's the opposite ones that work their fucking balls off. And you guys grind to the ground, and you guys do anything to build your businesses. And when you are home, you go home, you bring your family leftovers. You don't save any special energy for them. You fucking complain to them, which means you bring home negativity to your family. Good job. That's what I was doing. What a piece of shit. My wife says she's learned to live without me. I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm going to tell you why total recreation starts now. I'm going to tell you how to fix every problem in your life. And I'm going to tell you how to be proud of you. And I'm going to tell you how to have more energy than you ever had. I'm going to tell you how to be more present than you've ever been. I'm going to tell you how to break more records than you ever have done. And I'm going to show you how to build a fucking empire. Number one, you got to get over your ego. Because the first thing my wife said when she said she's learned to live without me is I look in the mirror and I'm like, fuck this dude. She doesn't know where I came from, dude. My mom left those two. She goes, wham. Fucking victim, man. It's always the same story. You're an overcomer. You're living in the past. What are we doing today? When are you going to quit fucking telling me what you did when you were 18 and 28 and 33? You're 39, man. Come on, dude. Your kids are here. I'm your wife. I told you we've learned to live without you. What are you going to do? You going to get fucking mad and tear the family apart? Or are you going to change? Make a choice. Make a decision. So, I go in the garage. The only thing I know how to find peace at this point is when I was younger, I'd work out really hard. And it made me feel better about myself. And I realized the reason why I wasn't giving anything to my family is because I wasn't mastering myself. Self-mastery is the key to winning and becoming a leader. Self-mastery is the key to changing everything in this room right now. I went in the garage and I worked out for 4 hours. I just gave it everything I had and I literally broke down. I started crying. I looked in the mirror. I realized I was a fucking piece of shit. Some of you guys in here right now, you're not connecting with me because you still need to go through more pain before you ever become successful. Some of you in here right now, you can change and you understand exactly what I'm saying. And today is the fucking paradigm shift of your life. And never, ever let yourself backslide. Everyone else will fucking let you slide, but you don't let you slide. I asked a question. I said, hey, is keeping your word the most important thing in the world? Yes. Is keeping your word the hardest thing in the world? Yes. Everybody, would you guys stay in a relationship with somebody that constantly lied to you? Yes or no? Okay, how many times did you say you were going to change, but then 4 days later you're doing the same fucking shit? Go ahead. Millions of times. That's why you don't like you. The relationship that you have with you is pure dog shit. And that's a problem. So that's what we're going to change right now. I looked in the mirror. I hated me. I worked out. Now, I didn't end that day. The next morning, okay? Who in here played sports growing up? Raise your hand. A lot of hands in here. Who in here looks like they still play sports? Raise your hands. A lot of hands went down. Can I ask you a question? What the fuck has changed? What's it? Age is just a fake ass number. Guys, the drive changed. It's exactly what changed. Your why changed. I want to tell you what happened the next morning. Because some guys are like, dude, if my wife told me that, I'd dump her ass. Good job. Good job. Way to show your kids how to quit. When my car's out of gas, I don't fucking sell it. I put gas in it. When my fucking marriage is not doing good, I don't divorce my wife. I fucking put more love into it. Whatever you put into something is whatever you get out of it. Does that make sense? But some of you think something gets better by bitching and whining and complaining and feeling like a little victim. So as I'm talking to you, you can make excuses or you can own all this shit. Well, the next morning, see, my wife, who in here's wife or husband knows how to fucking trigger them? Yeah, that's what wives are made to do, trigger their husbands. Okay? Fucking piss them off. You know why? Because they know until they piss us off, we won't fucking change nothing. Sometimes they gotta take us to a point of almost breaking and throwing it all in for us to say, all right, fuck. All right, I'm gonna do it. Okay, good. And by the way, they need to get you there. You think they want to piss you off? No. You think they want to hurt you? No. But they want to get your fucking attention because clearly you're going down a fucking death row. For a man or for a woman. I know I'm talking about a lot of men and women. It could be a woman to a man. Same thing. But I'm going to tell you, this is so cool. Next morning, my wife walks up to me. I'm leaning over the counter, and she walks over and grabs my love handle. What the fuck is going on? Everybody do me a favor. Reach over and grab your neighbor's love handle. Yeah, that shit fucking pisses you off. Go ahead, squeeze his left hand right there in the pink shirt. Oh, see, he's like, motherfucker, touch me again. See that shit? Hey, did you play sports? Did you play sports? You don't like that, do you? Good, we're gonna fucking fix it today. My wife grabbed my love handle, and at this time, I was not in shape at all. And after the night before I worked out, I thought we were good. Like, we're just going to do business as usual. We got in a fight, we're good. She goes, you've lowered your standards. You've lowered your standards. This isn't the man that I envisioned. I know your standards. You've always been a competitor. You've always taken care of yourself, and I see you sliding. And Andy, your body, I don't have to say anything, shows me how disciplined you are. It shows me. It shows me the decisions you make. And some of you don't like this right now. I'm going to ask you a question. If you had food on your face, would you want me to tell you? Well, there's a lot of people that won't. And a lot of you right now, you look in the mirror and you don't like who you are, and you know there's a way better version of you. And you guys know that you can fix that shit right now, but everyone else around you goes, no, that's okay, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, you're fine. It's not fucking okay. You're the leader. The leader is the example. Is the example supposed to be human excellence? Yes. So, again, I get fucking pissed off at my wife again. We get into a big blow-up fight, and I realized I hated who I was, and I said, fuck it. That's it. I quit my job. I quit. Because some of you right now, you're like, dude, screw this. You don't understand how hard I have to work. So when you go to try to change, you go from one extreme to the other. Who in here is either fucking way over here or way over here? Because that's how I am. I can't seem to find my right self. So I lay off work, I come home with my kids, and I'm not working hard anymore, and I'm actually going to the gym, taking care of my family, not working hard anymore, and my wife goes, I don't like that motherfucker either. Now you turn into a loser. Now you're not competitive. Now you don't want to win. Now you're not talking about business. Now you're working out, which I love. I love that you're being good to me and the kids, but you're not. You're my husband. I know you. You're a fucking winner. You want to win. I can see in your eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. I can tell you're unfulfilled. You're coming in this house. You're trying to make me happy, but you're not fucking happy. I know it. Does anybody understand? So, this started 3.0. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. What does success mean to you? Everybody says they want to be successful. Am I right? How many of you guys know people that go, man, I just want to be successful? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Everybody, listen to me. I can tell you how to get what you want, but I need to know what you want. The blueprint's easy. What do you want? What does success mean to you? If I went around the room, a lot of you would answer what success means to you, and at the end of the day, it's really not what success means to you. You just never thought about it. My wife had to sit me down, and she said, what does success mean to you, Andy? And I wrote down, being financially free and all this shit. I want to kill it in business, babe. I want to build an empire. She goes, I wish I could get some of that. I wish, and I can't change your answers. I'm glad you told the truth. But I wish your success means to you was to be marriage millionaires and blow our life up, and me and you to get closer every day. I wish success means to you that me and you would fall more in love with each other every day, and we would take care of each other like no one else in this world. I wish that's what success meant to you, because that's what it fucking means to me. She goes, I wish in your definition of success you would have mentioned that as much as we're going to mentor other people in the world and give all this energy to everybody else, I wish you would have said we're going to give our kids all our attention and make sure that we show them what a great example looks like. They're not even home. Be good to my kids, be close to my kids. Your kids need a fucking leader. My son was 8 years old at this time. My wife goes, who do you think your son looks up to? Remember, I'm 39, I'm out of shape. I said, superheroes. She goes, do you look like one? I'm like, I don't like this. This is why people quit, because they don't like it. A lot of you don't like what I'm saying right now. A lot of you hear that fucking beeping noise and you're already getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. Stop looking at your phone. Quit fucking paying attention to that shit that doesn't matter. If you can get distracted that easy, you're never going to make it. You need to get focused. So my wife and me wrote down what does success mean to you. Now I'm going to tell you guys how to get what you want. Number one, I'm going to tell you what success means to you, and maybe this will help you. This is how I started my own business when I was 39, which I basically turned 40 years old. And in 2020, I started building the Elliot Army. I started opening my own company, a sales training company, in a whole world full of people that all call themselves sales trainers. We decided to be different. We decided to be unique. We decided to do things differently. We decided to get it all. We weren't going to teach people how to sell. We were going to teach people how to change. And once they changed, it was easy to sell. Because salespeople that have commission run with bad intentions, nobody wants to be around. But when you're a good motherfucker, souls connect, and I don't want to leave you, and I'll do whatever it takes because I like who you are. This is the key. So we started training differently. Everybody told us it wouldn't work. Well, you know what? We train over 500,000 people now. We literally train over 10,000 companies. Okay? We get 150 million views every 28 days on social media. I didn't even start a social media channel until 2020, and I know Dimitri knows how hard it is to start one. Everything they fucking said we couldn't do, we fucking killed them. You know why? Because an individual can be beat, but a team can't be beat. You're going to need to build a team now. Now. Do it fucking now. Audit everyone in your life. Not good for you, they're gone. Guys, if you can't say no to something bad, you don't deserve a better life. Yeah, Andy, but they're my family. Fuck them. Yeah, Andy, but they're my friends. No, they're not. Friends inspire you and push you for human excellence. They don't tell you you can't fucking do nothing. If somebody doesn't say that you can do it, they're not with you. By the way, your wives, your husbands, when you go home today and you try to change, they're not going to fucking believe you. Don't tell them. Just change. Human excellence. How many of you have made false promises to your family? Hey, babe, trust me, give me 3 years, I'm going to change everything. Give me 3 years, I promise you, we're going to have it all. 3 years goes by, fucking nothing's changed. Kids are 3 years older, your wife doesn't trust you anymore, and she, by the way, she doesn't tell you, because she doesn't want to hurt you, because she knows your ego won't take it. This is a secret. Success to me is my wife admiring me. Can I ask you guys a question? How amazing would it feel every day you come home for your wife to say, babe, I'm proud of you? Would every man in this room replace his paycheck with his wife saying, I'm proud of you, you're a good man? See, people don't fucking like that. See, you know why people lose their families? Because they get tricked. They think they need to make money to make their families happy, when really all their families want to do is be inspired by the fucking person that's the leader. It is my job to bring good shit to my family. It is my job. It is not anyone else's job. It's not the school system's job. It is my fucking job. My job is to make my daughters and my son and my wife feel fucking important and special every single day. And I can't do it by being a victim or a fucking crybaby or causing problems in our house. I must stand for the standard. I must. Now I want to tell all of you right now, this is what we're going to do. What's your definition of success? Me, if you're with somebody, make them admire you. Make them be proud of you. Listen, whatever you put into something, you get out of it. You want to have an amazing marriage? Everybody write this down. If you treat something like it's the beginning, there'll never be an end. Go ahead. What'd you do when it was day one? Go fucking back to it the second you get out of here. Go back to it. Kill your ego. Kill your pride. And don't put your fucking head down. Don't get sad. Own your shit and be like, thank God I figured this shit out in this room. Secondly, my children, you need to be their hero. I'm going to be my kid's hero. Secondly, be a good example for everybody you come in contact with. My wife told me it is my job to be a great spirit here where anybody that I run into, it's fucking infectious and makes them better people. Also, everybody looking in the mirror. This is a hard one. Everybody at the end of the day, I want you to go home, I want you to look in the mirror and be like, okay, God gave me one body, this is what I got. How am I taking care of it? I want you to stop drinking. I want you to stop doing drugs. I want you to wake up, beat the sun up 5 days a week, and exercise for an hour. I want you to eat good food. Guys, eat clean food. Are you a Ferrari or a fucking Ford Taurus? If you're a Ford Taurus, keep eating the cheeseburgers and pizza. What? Just fucking shovel it in there. Eat so much until you're numb and you don't want to move and you're fucking unmotivated and you feel like shit. Go ahead. Or take care of yourself. Now, last one here, because I know Dimitri. Are you guys getting value out of this? Yes or no? Yeah. I'm done, Dimitri, and we'll roll out. I want everybody to know this. There's 3 levels of leadership. And I'm going to tell you right now how I can make you the greatest leader that ever lived. You guys want to do it? Want to know how to do it? Number 1, self-lead. Do me a favor. Under self-lead, write down self-mastery. You must master yourself. You cannot be in charge of anyone else until you take care of your own shit. Look at yourself in the mirror, own your shit, find the holes that we talked about in this room today, and fix them. And when you fix them, you're going to be in charge of the room now. As big as you want. Okay? David spoke fucking Goliath, right? Moses parted the Red Sea. God's with you guys. He'll let you do whatever you want, but you got to show worthy of it. You got to be ready. You got to raise your hand and say you can count on me. I promise you. And you don't have to be like anybody else. You guys can call your own shots. Do it your own way. I want you guys to be unique. I want you to be different. But I want you to wear your heart on your sleeve. Everywhere you go. Number 1, self-mastery, right? Self-leadership. You can't lead anyone else until you show worthy of leading yourself. The boss, people work for the boss for money. People work for the leader for blood, sweat, and tears. You want to build something fucking special? You must become the leader. For everyone you run into. You want to sell something? Be the leader. Leaders lead people where they need to go. By the way, people follow leaders voluntarily without money involved. It'd be so fucking great. People don't need money to follow you. They're like, no, I'm following that guy or her because I like who she is. I like what they stand for. I like what they're doing. I see that they're example. I want to be like that. Can I ask you a question? If you're the boss, are you your team's mentor? That's your goal. Yeah, your job is to be their mentor. To be with them when it's hard, when it's easy. So number 1, self-leadership. Number 2, we got to lead other people now. Now, how do we lead other people? No double standards. Dimitri cannot say something and then do something else. He must live by the code and the standard in which he asks other people to do the same thing. Anybody finds out, by the way, leaders have to make decisions. Would everybody agree? Yes or no? Do you guys like leaders that can't make decisions? Dimitri, do you like people that are indecisive? Make a decision. Are we in or are we out? Which one? Come on, man. If you're a leader, make the decision. Okay? So you got to make the decision. Number 2, lead by example. Make sure that when you're changing yourself, now you can tell others to change, take them with you. And then number 3, this is where you build, if you want to add zeros and zeros and zeros to your paycheck, build leaders, which is lead people and make them leaders to build more leaders. I have a company in Scottsdale, Arizona. I have 100 guys, men and women with me, and every one of them are leaders. They are all a leader. Everyone is a leader. I call them by their name, leader. That's their identity. You're going to tell your children who they're going to be when they grow up. You're going to fucking tell them. And you must be that standard. If you're not where you need to go, you change it today. It's cool. I want some of you to get pissed off. Back of my shirt says bet against me. Right here it says bet against me. Okay? May God have mercy on my enemies because I fucking love them. Want to bet against me and my family and my business? We're going to destroy you. And I know that you guys are in a competitive business, and I want you guys to know that everyone else outside this world does not want to make their families better. They do not want to look in the mirror and make themselves better. They do not want to be the example to the world. They just want to make money. Making money happens when we do all this. Does that make sense? And at the end of the day, guess what? What do you guys, every one of you guys are going to expire and die at some point. Am I correct? Am I right? If you died today, would you be proud of you? The answer is no. Death is uncontrollable. You don't get to decide when it happens. So if you guys want to know while I blow my voice out on stage yelling at you, if you want to know while I play with my heart, why I came all the way down here from Scottsdale, why I love Dimitri, we turn down speaking events all the time. I love him. His heart is so good. He loves his people. I love him. If you guys watch the podcast we did together, he literally almost started crying on it. You know why? Because he fucking cares about doing the right thing so much that you can see it in his face and in his eyes. I like that. Those are friends of mine. Now, some of you, I may not meet you. I want to tell you guys something. I hope you never forget what I said today. I'm not asking to be your mentor, but I just gave you the blueprint. How do I define what success means to me? Now, go be the leader and go get it. You guys need to plug into people like Dimitri, people that are good people. You guys be the example. And the next time you see me, I promise you, you'll be fucking doing bigger shit than I'm doing now. Next time I see you, I want you to be doing bigger shit. But I want you to change. That's it. So I love you guys. I hope you guys got a lot out of today.